Hi, I'm Wendy Beharry. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Here you'll find everything you hope to find on the subject of narcissism. How to understand them, how to deal with them, how to leave them, how to love them, how to make sense out of this chaotic and complicated personality. If you are someone who has issues of narcissism, you too may find this channel an interesting place to stop by and visit, to listen to some vlogs and podcasts. I think you'll find that my approach, slightly different from others out there in the literature, is not one that holds narcissists as Satan or as devils or demons. I see people with issues of narcissism as humans who at the core are also suffering and need to take responsibility for the ways in which their suffering has started and continue to manifest itself throughout their life cycle in ways that are hurtful and harmful and just purely destructive, especially to the people that they love. It's up to you, of course, to be able to get out there, to do the reading, to do the work, to get the help that's needed, because it's out there and it's doable. And so let's debunk that myth that narcissists cannot change. Well, it's really hard, and most of them don't, because they won't stick to it. They won't do the work. They won't allow us to hold them accountable. We don't often have the leverage or the consequences that are needed that will have them really take a serious look at the effects on the people that they hurt, their children, their partners, their family members, their coworkers, their would-be friends. It's very sad. It's very tragic. It can be abusive at the more severe end of the spectrum. And in these cases, I'm always, as an expert on this subject, the first one to support those who need to and who choose to leave. There is no right or wrong in that decision. There's just consequences when you leave a narcissist, whether it's the off-putting subtleties of their narcissism or the more harsh and severe cruelties that can come in the forms of aggression and abuse, dominance and control. You have rights if you are an offended partner. You have the right to make that choice, to lead your life in a healthier, happier, and more satisfying way. I am fully supportive and spend a lot of time in consultation helping loved ones to come to these conclusions when they choose to, when they need to, when it's a safety issue. I am also an expert who works with those who want to maintain their relationship with the narcissist because they are not wrong either. Those who want to perhaps protect their children from being in the sole custody of someone who doesn't believe in wearing seatbelts or thinks it's okay to drink and drive, or isn't very attentive to the needs of their children because it may not be convenient for them when they are in their custody. I am supportive of those who choose to stay because they see that little burning glimmer of light underneath, that vulnerability that shows some hope, some possibility for emotional change, and want to be inspired to find ways to influence their narcissistic partners or family members to get help. Then the challenge is finding the right help, finding people who actually know how to work with narcissism, how to treat narcissistic personality disorder, and the people who are suffering at the core of this. It does take professional help. It doesn't change by itself. It really does need to be guided. And I can help you with that. I can recommend trusted colleagues. I can recommend resources. I can also provide consultations if necessary. So let's just remember, let's debunk the myth that, narcissists are not born evil. They're not even born narcissistic. They may be born with a certain type of sensitivity or impulsivity in their biological makeup. They typically learn from the environment where they grow up that either they are just completely entitled to do as they please, have what they want when they want it, or they're so deprived of the unconditional love that so many of us have been lucky to have in our early lives. And they learn ways to fight for that or compensate for that by becoming these sort of superhuman, blustery people who underneath feel horribly insecure. I'm not asking you to feel sorry for them. I don't ask anyone to feel sorry for someone who is mean, who is controlling, who is critical, who is dominant, who is a big show off. I'm not asking you to feel sorry for the narcissistic masks that are worn. I'm asking you to engage in understanding, if you like. And if you really want to emancipate yourself from the cruelties that come from self-blame, self-doubt, codependency, self-sacrifice, and subjugation, if you want to liberate yourself from that kind of burden, because let's face it, so many people living with narcissists become burdened by doubting themselves, by feeling confused, by not understanding, why is he so charming when he's out there or she's out there? And with me, I get the worst of it. You know, I'm treated like the doormat, like dirt, like I could be cast to the side. Understand narcissism. Take the time to get to understand the complexities of it, not so you can feel sorry for them, but so that you can free yourself of any personalization or blame that you may be carrying. Running away is not enough. This educational piece can be quite a gift to yourself and alleviate the burden of having to be chanting in anger all the time in order to feel safe and to feel free. There's a lot of stuff out there on YouTube channels, on websites, on social media. Run, 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 get out, run for your life. They're evil. And, you know, a lot of anger and self-righteousness attached to that. And I understand the desperation that can come with living with someone with issues of narcissism and the need to flee. But do it from a healthy platform. Do it from a place of self-assuredness. Do it from a place of thoughtfulness, not just from a place of desperation or anger. It's hard to carry anger all the time for the fear that if I lose my anger, if I lose my strong sense of righteousness, then I'll just fall prey once again to the narcissist. It doesn't have to be that way, because when you're sturdy, when you work on really understanding this complex personality, understanding yourself, and how you've struggled and what parts of you have been drawn or captivated or subjugated under the spell of narcissism, when you can make sense out of that, you can make very thoughtful choices that don't require all of that excess emotional energy that can wear you down or keep you frightened. I hope this is helpful to you. I invite your comments. I welcome your input and your questions, and I wish you the very best. Take care.